Yo, what's good, everyone? If this is your first time watching this YouTube channel, I go by the name of JHT Talks. This is JHT Talks, the best podcast / YouTube channel in the world. And I look, you want to get away from saying podcast because I just feel like all around I'm super versatile with this. But anyways, enough about that. I go by the name of JHT. You are watching the best podcast. Like I said, I'm stumbling over myself. But anyways, though, today we are going to be talking about something that's near and dear to my heart, something that this podcast was built off of, the foundation of this podcast, which is fashion. Now, I love fashion so much, and it's a new year, which means new drip, new swag, new collections, new everything, new pieces, blah, blah, blah. So today, in today's video, I want to be talking about my 2023 Grail / wish list. And this video won't be too long, but just a couple things beforehand. I just want to say, if you like content like this or any other content, I'll put a whole bunch of my past videos on the screen, all in different places. If you like content like this, subscribe. Like, I'm just trying to grow. I really want to be, I'm not in competition with anybody. I really just want to be the best version of myself. But of course, I want to run up these YouTube numbers as much as possible. I just want to become the biggest person that I can be in this social media world. And also, like, make sure you guys follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Spotify, whatever it is. If you like my vibe, you like what I put out, you like the vibe I put out, tap in back with me. I'll tap in with you too. Just let me know, man. But anyways, though, like I said, we will be talking about fashion today. And if you haven't already, go check out some of my other fashion videos too. I've talked about GRAILS in the past. I've talked about, my thoughts on fashion. I've talked with my friends about it, stuff like that. So if you like fashion videos and you've never watched a fashion podcast, go watch mine. But yes, today we're gonna be talking about fashion GRAILS. And for starters, I just want to say I'm breaking down all of my GRAILS into different pieces of clothing. So we're gonna start off with jackets, then we're gonna hit in like shirts, tops, blah blah blah. Then we're gonna hit pants and denim, and then we're gonna hit shoes and then accessories. So it won't be a long video at all. But I just wanted to kind of just at the start of the year, since it's January currently, I just kind of wanted to put out my GRAILS, and who knows, maybe I could get every GRAIL. I'm lying. I don't have the cheese for all of these GRAILs, but just getting a lot of the stuff that I want on, like, you know what I'm saying, just putting it kind of in a video diary. But basically today, one, if you made this far in the video, I want you to comment down below what's your GRAIL. If you could get any piece of clothing, no matter the price, brand, whatever it is, what piece of clothing would you buy right now if you had an infinite budget? Comment that down below. But for the starters, I'm going to start off with my first GRAIL. And the first GRAIL, we're starting off strong and very expensive. This is the Balenciaga Unity Destroyed Bomber. Now, I believe this jacket's reselling for like about $6K. And the first time I saw this jacket, and let me say this, I'm inspired by a lot of people when it comes to fashion, but one thing I'd never want to do is take someone's style. But I feel like it's nothing wrong with being inspired by a piece worn by somebody else, because that's like everything's already been done and everything's already been worn. So if you see someone, maybe a celebrity, wearing a certain piece, you'd be like, oh, okay, I like how that piece looks on them. I think it fits into my style as well. So that's why my opinions on kind of wearing stuff that other people wears. Of course, you want to be as different as possible, but I feel like there's nothing wrong with taking inspiration from someone, like how I did on this certain piece, my first piece right here. But the first piece I have is the Balenciaga Unity Destroyed Bomber. Now, it'll be pictures of that on the screen, but where I first saw this bomber jacket, obviously, is Balenciaga. And Balenciaga, Demna himself, like he's one of the GOATs. Just his take on clothes, he's one of the greatest at that, in my opinion. But I first saw Ken Carson wearing this jacket, and I was searching the internet trying to figure out what jacket he had on. It was at one of his Halloween concerts in like 2022. It was super fire, and the fit that he put together with it was super cool, in my opinion. So that's my first piece. I really would love that bomber. That's for like the vibe if you're going to New York in the wintertime. Like, you just want to have something that's fly, that's different, and that's going to keep you warm. So that's my first on that list. My second one is kind of staying with Demna and around his circle. The second one I have is the this is for jackets, by the way, my bad. I don't know if I said that at the start, but this is for jackets. But the second one I have is the Vetements patch bomber jacket, the one that Kanye wore in the infamous interview when he was talking about the Jewish stuff. Of course, JHT, I support all people, no matter your culture, religion, anything. I just want to say that. But the jacket that Kanye was wearing when he had the mask on and he was talking about the Jews on that one Jewish people, on that one podcast, that jacket, that Vetements coat is super fire, and I think that's going for like $6 to $10K depending on where you get it from. But I think that's a really cool jacket in my opinion, and I preferably like the black black one, not really the blue one or the navy. I mean, not the navy red, the red one, the burgundy one. But I really like the black one a lot. So that would definitely be a piece I think I could put together well in my own closet. The fourth piece on my list is the Rick Owens. It's a gimp jacket. It's a shiny, like it looks like leather jacket, and I really like the coat of leather that makes the jacket shiny. I feel like that's super unique. And of course, Rick Owens, like, he steps out the box all the time with his pieces. And another thing about that jacket is that the hood, now that's super different. That's one thing that Rick has done, and I've seen kind of become popular in the last few months or so, back to the people who, like, you know what I'm saying, because of Ken Carson and Destroy Lonely. I've seen they've been wearing these like the hood, it's like a mask where it has eyes and then the mouth, and then I don't know, it's hard to explain. I'm putting pictures on the screen, but I'm not really a big fan of that hood. But overall, I probably, if I got the jacket, I wouldn't wear the hood just because I don't like having the mask. You know what I'm saying? You'll see on the screen, because I think it just kind of looks weird to me, but I still do think it's super creative that Rick added that, and I like that about the jacket, just not for my style. But overall, the jacket is a super cool piece to me, and I think that's going for about $1,000. You can find that for like $1,800, around that ballpark. But yeah, so that's that. The next one I have is a Helmut Lang oversleeve jacket. Now, I just want to say shout out to Cash K, the YouTuber Cash K. He's been a super big inspiration for me, and he's not even that much older than me. But Cash K, like, I would say he's really one of the people, because I've always been a fan of clothes and stuff like that. But, you know, getting into the fashion world, the specifics of it, it's a super broad world to just jump into. So it's kind of like Cash K kind of like curated it for me in a way. He kind of, when I started learning about the brands, the stuff like that, I was watching his videos, and because he's so knowledgeable about it, and he, you know what I'm saying, you get on me, like he was putting me on a lot of brands when I was first starting. And he's a YouTuber, if you don't know who that is, and he's been super influential on this podcast. I still watch his videos to this day. So Cash K, if you are seeing this, Jaden Hansy Talks would love to work with you in the future, no cap. I would love for you to hop on my podcast. I reside in California, so if next time you're out in California, let's work, man. But yeah, so I saw him in his latest video at the time of this recording. He had a Helmut Lang oversleeve denim jacket, and I love Helmut Lang's denim jackets. I love their denim totally, but like I really love their denim jackets. They're like trucker denim jackets, and the jacket had like a crop. It was cropped at the waist a little bit, kind of more fitting, but cropped at the waist, and then it had super long sleeves, and I thought that was a super good proportion. And the thing that I love the most about the jacket is the wash. The wash on all the Helmut Lang's denims are super fire to me. They're super unique, and that's one thing about denim. I'll speak about that kind of when I get to the denim portion of my grails. But denim, like I love a denim, but I don't love denim that doesn't have a nice, unique wash. I think that's what really makes denim cool to me. It's one, how it fits you, and two, how the denim has a wash on it. Now, for those that don't know the wash, that's basically the color of the denim, because you may have blue jeans, but it may have like a blue grayish undertone, which makes like the wash. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. If you don't, you broke. So I hope you know, but you know what I'm saying? That's one thing about denim I like, is the wash that comes with certain denim. So I like that Helmut Lang jacket a lot. I hope maybe I could get one of those in the future. The next I want to get into, this is kind of more practical, and I actually just copped one of these not too long ago. So this is, even though I copped one, I still want more. But Spider hoodies, now Spider Worldwide hoodies. So now obviously this is kind of like a hype brand right now, but I've since it came out, I've loved Young Thug's brand Spider. I think it's really, of course it's hoodie, so it's like chill stuff, but I like kind of the message behind it, because it kind of coincides with Young Thug as an artist, as a creator. And I think the Spider hoodies, they come with a lot of different cool graphics, a lot of cool you know what I'm saying, a lot of different cool graphics, cool colorways. And me personally, I copped the one that says 555 on the chest, and it's brown. So I haven't worn that yet, but I really love the hoodie. It fits amazing. And also, free Slime, man. Free Young Thug, man. He ain't do nothing, man. He ain't do nothing wrong, man. Free Young Thug. Please get him out of jail. I'm not even the biggest Young Thug fan, but I just respect him so much as an artist. Can we please get Young Thug out of jail in 2023, man? Come on, man. Shout out to Free Young Thug. Shout out to all the YSL, the people that's keeping it solid. I don't know about the people. I don't really care about snitching, but if you snitching, man, that's tough. But free Thug, man. He ain't deserve that, man. Let him make his money. Nah, I'm just playing. If he did something wrong, don't free him. But of course, I love to see Young Thug out of jail. But yeah, so that's that. The next one, it kind of goes into the hoodie realm, is Sicko. Now, Sicko is kind of like, Sicko's either you like it or you don't like, but Sick, obviously for different reasons. A lot of people know Ian Connor. He's had some controversy in the past with like his like stuff in sexual assault, stuff like in that realm, but I'm not sure exactly if he was convicted guilty or not. But regardless, I'm able to separate the art from the person, and I really do like Sicko a lot as a brand. Now I think if you ask me, I think Sicko is a little bit overpriced for the stuff that they do make, but nonetheless, I still think that they have some good pieces. Like my favorite Sicko hoodie right now, which I'm thinking about copping soon, is the brown bulletproof vest hoodie, and then also like their sweats are amazing, the Arabic designs and stuff like that. I think it's a super cool touch that Ian has, and a lot of people say Ian be biting other people, and he might, yeah, Ian might do that, and I think Ian would tell you that he does that, but I think overall, I still like the brand, and no matter if he's biting a small brand from Japan or not, I still like it. So I might have to cop some Sicko in the future. Next, this is another hoodie. Now this is something that hasn't released yet, but by the time of this video, I don't know if it'll release or not. I think it's releasing on January 24th, but it's the Denim Tears hoodie. So I'm putting all of these on the screen for you, but the Denim Tears hoodie. Now Denim Tears, like, I feel like as of lately, that's one of the coolest brands that's been coming up for me. Denim Tears. I've had some Denim Tears jeans. Ended up selling them just because I felt like it wasn't any use for them in my wardrobe. I didn't really wear them that much, but you could see me on the podcast wearing them a couple times. But I think that Denim Tears is a really cool brand, and coming up, they have some hoodies that they're releasing, and the hoodies were like super fire. But the only thing, I was really thinking about copping it, and they haven't released the price point of the hoodies yet. But I'm letting y'all know right now, if them hoodies is over, because you saw the hoodies, right? The hoodies are cool, but they're not nothing that special, right? Now, if them hoodies is over $150, I'm not copping. Right, and we're taking that off the list. But if they are around that price point, around that ballpark, I think I might cop. But if not, it's grits for that. You're done. Have a good night, man. But Denim Tears, though, nonetheless, I still think this is a cool brand. And of course, if I had infinite money, I will cop it, no question. But I really like that hoodie, and I think that's gonna be super popular this year. So shout out to Denim Tears. And then the last Grail I have for jackets is the Balenciaga track hoodie. So recently, one of Demna's collections, like, he kind of had some workout wear, so it was like a baggy windbreaker for Balenciaga, and like tracksuits kind of. And I'm just gonna say tracksuits as a whole. I want to cop a tracksuit as a whole, but the Balenciaga tracksuits, like the sporty tracksuits, I think they're super fire. They're super cool to me. They look cool. I like how they fit. They fit like baggy and kind of like back in the 90s when people used to wear workout clothes and they had the baggy windbreaker, baggy parachute pants, stuff like that. So I'm a big fan of what Balenciaga's done there. So I hope to cop one of those in the future. They probably go for like about $800 a piece, so it's not cheap, but you know what I'm saying, life ain't cheap, so you just gotta do what you gotta do. But yeah, so that's all for jackets. All right, so for shirts shirts is a little bit different, because like when I buy shirts, one thing I'm super against is buying designer shirts. I feel like buying designer shirts is one of the worst purchases you can make in fashion. Like buying a shirt that says Balenciaga or a shirt that says Louis Vuitton or that says Gucci for $800. I feel like you can get so many more cooler, different, and unique shirts for cheaper. So it's like, why would I spend $800 on a designer shirt? So I don't really have that many shirts on my grill, but there is a few shirts that I have on here that I think were super cool and kind of are worth spending a little bit more of a penny for, as opposed to a shirt that just says Balenciaga or Louis Vuitton. So my first one, and before I say this, I want to say RIP to Vivienne Westwood. That's forever one of my favorite designers. She's definitely one of the first brands I started to get into when I got into fashion. Love everything she did, but specifically what she did with the Sex Pistols back in the 70s, the 80s, whatever year that was. But so I just want to say RIP to Vivienne Westwood. You'll forever be missed, forever be one of my favorites. But one of my grails all time, there's a lot of people's grails, but I want a Vivienne Westwood Old Seditionaries muslin. Now, the most popular one is the Destroy one that Playboi Carti wore on his first album cover. But I really love Vivienne Westwood, and at the time period, I've never seen anyone with a shirt design like that. It kind of looks like a tank top, but then it has a long sleeve and like it looks like linen. I don't even know how to describe the material, but I hope to get my hands on one of those in the future. I feel like I would have a crazy fit with that. Seen people in them before, for like Slick Sid and Cardi and things like that. But I will hope to get my hands on one of those in the future. So yeah, again, shout out to Vivienne Westwood, rest in peace, and I'm forever gonna keep her name alive by wearing her pieces. But yeah, that's one of the pieces I hope to get in the future. Second shirt, this has been something I really liked for a long time, the Raf Simons collapsed tank top. Now those go now. Okay, so there's a Raf Simons collapsed tank top, and then there's a Raf Simons like collapsed sleeveless hoodie. Now the sleeveless hoodie, as much as it be going for, I think it'd be going for like 20 bands. You could get that for like 20 bands because it was a part of an iconic collection. That sleeveless hoodie is trash to me. Me personally, if somebody gave that to me, I wouldn't wear it. Even if it is Raf, I don't care. But the Raf sleeveless top, even though it's the same like design on it, I just don't like sleeveless hoodies. I feel like, what's the point of me having a sleeveless hoodie on? But the Raf Simons collapsed tank top, black or white, whichever one, I really like that a lot, and I hope to get one of those in the future. It's not that expensive, but it's like about $200, $300, but for a tank top, that's kind of crazy. So you know what I'm saying? That's that. And then the last thing I have for shirts is another tank top, but this is from a brand you won't hear me talk about much because I'm not really a big fan of it because it's kind of like overhyped in my opinion and over expensive for no reason. But I think nonetheless they still have some cool pieces, but it's just something I won't be putting my body in. But except for this one piece, now backstory behind this piece. I've been watching DDG on YouTube forever. Everyone, I feel like every black person on YouTube that does YouTube, whether it be a podcast, a YouTube channel, whatever they do, they were inspired by DDG in some way, and that's no cap. But for this piece, everyone knows DDG makes music, and I think DDG low-key has some nice style in a way. It's not the best style in my opinion, but I think he does dress himself really nicely. And one music video I was watching of his, just watching, I was bored. I saw he had a gallery department tank top. It's called the Gallery Department Doc Johnson tank. I put pictures on the screen, probably put some B-roll from the music video on the screen as well. And that tank top was crazy. It was like distressed, and it had paint splatters, and it had a graphic on it. And I was like, that's super fire. So I would love to get my hands on that. I don't know how much that's going for. I'll probably put it on the screen, but yeah, that was super fire. So hopefully could get my hands on that in the future. Now I kind of want to move on from shirts to pants and denim. And this is probably low-key my favorite category. Other than this and probably accessories is my favorite category to talk about. But to start off with pants and denim, we got a few of these, so sit back and, you know what I'm saying, relax and get right. But with the first one on these, and this isn't this is not the first one on my list, but this is just the first one that happens to be out of the collection that I have, is the old, I think it's like from the 17-16 collection, but the Elite / denim. Now this is that's kind of I feel like that's a popular denim in a way. It has like it kind of looks like the old V-Lone logo. It has like a circle that says 1017 Elites, and has slashes all down the leg, so it's like distressing all down the leg. And I think that's not really a denim type that you see as much, and I think it's super different. And of course it's old archive Elites. That feels weird to say, but it's archive Elites, so you can't go wrong with that. But I really like that. Specifically, I like the blue wash on it, the blue colorway. The white one's cool too, but hopefully I can get my hands on those and on that in the future. It's only like about $500 to $800, so that's not that out of pocket, but you know what I'm saying, it's still expensive. So the next one I have, this is a little more practical, even though it's still, all of this is expensive, but like this is a little bit more practical as not a crazy piece. But Rick Owens lounge pants, that's what they call them, but they're really just like cool, comfortable sweats with the long drawstring and that blah, blah, blah. So I really love Rick Owens a lot. I don't love the Rick Owens that you love Rick Owens for, because most people that are watching this and have no swag just love Rick Owens for the Ramones and maybe the Geo Baskets. But I love Rick Owens for their actual clothes, and not all of their clothes, because not all of their clothes fits my personal style, but like I think a lot of their denims and a lot of their, you know what I'm saying, jackets and whatever it may be, whatever the case may be, I like it. So the Rick Owens lounge sweats, they're basically just sweats, and maybe you may look at this and be like, Jaden, why would you spend that much money on some sweats? And it's because, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to say just because it's Rick Owens, but it's just like, look how they fit, look how they feel, you know what I'm saying? It's a cool look, and it gives you like a chill look while also being fly, while also, you know what I'm saying? That's just how, if you know, you know, if you don't, you broke. But that's one of my pieces that I want. The next one I want to move into is Capital Patchwork Denim. Now, there's different variations of this. I'm not sure if Capital makes all of these pieces one of one. So there's no, they might, because I mean, it's patchwork. So I'm pretty sure a lot of them are going to be one-on-one pieces. But like on my Grail, I see Capital patchwork denim a lot, and they go for an arm and a leg, but as they should, because that's some of the not craziest denim, but that's some of my favorite denim I've seen, because it's so unique, and it's so like, it's kind of playful in a way, and it's kind of just like, you know, creative, and I really like it a lot. So I hope one day to get my hands on some Capital patchwork denim. Of course, I'm putting a few pictures of them on the screen, but yeah, I think that's a super cool piece to get, and it will, you know what I'm saying, a fit with that would be crazy. So that's that. The next one I have, this one that's really cool, and it's hard. I really wish I could find a cheaper alternative to these pants, but I really can't, because this is just like, so the camera cut off, unfortunately. But the next piece we're talking about is the Rick Owens. I think I already said it, but the Rick Owens bowling jeans. So the bowling jeans basically are like, they're regular, they look like regular black jeans, but the flare at the bottom is super cool. And flare jeans was something that was kind of super duper duper popular, and I hate to say that I like flare jeans, because I don't want to look like I'm just following the trend. But these specific jeans, the Rick Owens flare jeans, like, I'm in the bowling flare jeans. I just think I like how they look. Like they're kind of skinny fitting, not skinny, like more fitted than as opposed to skinny fitting. But and then they have the big flare at the bottom, and it makes really good for stacking over shoes, like a chunky shoe or whatever it may be. So I really like that piece a lot. And then a lot of times the Rick Owens the bowling jeans, they come with like a string on the side. And I've said that before in previous podcasts, that I really like that touch on a lot of Rick Owens pieces, where they add just like a random string and it's hanging off, and it like flaps when you walk in the wind and stuff like that. If you know, you know. But like, I really think that's a cool addition, and if I start my own brand, that's kind of something I would kind of put my own little spin on. But back to the pants though, I think it's a super cool pant. It goes for about $800 to $1,000, because of course Rick Owens isn't cheap, but I definitely think that it's a cool thing to have in your collection for sure. So hopefully I can get one of those in the future, or I can find a cheaper alternative. But no pant, I haven't found a pant that fits that well and is that exactly like that. That's not that pant. So, you know what I'm saying? Pray for me that I find one. The next pants I have are the Balenciaga pull-up pants. Now, I don't remember my first time seeing the pull-up pants, but basically they're called pull-up pants is because it's a super duper duper long stack. So like when you're walking, you're gonna have to keep pulling up your pants, because it's gonna keep going over your shoes. And normally I wouldn't really like that, because I feel like one of the most important things about dressing is being comfortable, and it's not comfortable having to pull up your pants on the bottom of your pants every time you walk, because you keep stepping on them. But for some reason, I just really liked how the Balenciaga pull-up pants look, and it's something that the reason why, like, I say this all the time, like, I don't really like designer brands. Why most people like them, because A, because they're trendy, or B, because they're expensive, and if you wear them, people are going to know you have money, because that's not really that important to me. The reason why I like designer brands is because most designer brands that are good, the stuff that they make, you can't find for a cheaper alternative. So you can't get Balenciaga pull-up pants from PacSun, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like they don't go into that creative of a bag, which is the reason why I like brands like Rick Owens, because you can't find Rick Owens wax denim on minimal. You can't find it. Like, it's not, even if you find it, it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same quality wise. You can't find I don't really care for them as much anymore, but you can't find Balenciaga Raver jeans. Well, low-key, the Raver jeans you can find for a cheap alternative. That's a bad example, but you can't find GL baskets at Foot Locker. You know what I'm saying? Because they just don't make shoes like that. You know what I mean? So that's why a lot of times I gravitate towards designer brands, but I definitely don't think that wearing a designer brand means you're fly. I feel like if you wear a designer brand, you truly like it, and if truly fits your body and it fits your personality and your aesthetic and what you like, I think that's what makes you fly, not just because your shirt says Balenciaga. But back to the pants, I do like the pull-up pants a lot. It's a super cool piece, and I like the wash on the denim too. And I feel like it would go. I like the best. My favorite part about jeans is the wash and how it fits over your shoes, because that really what makes the jeans, you know what I'm saying? That's what makes the jeans, because they have to complement your shoes, which all complements your top, what you're wearing up top, which all complements yourself, which makes a fit fly. So that's why I like those pants, and hopefully I can get my hands on one of those in the future. It's another band, so that's not cheap, but man, you know how it go. And then the next, kind of sticking with Balenciaga, the next is the Balenciaga flare jeans. Now, recently, of course, I've seen this in the lookbook. I believe it's around 2020, 2021, one of those collections. So I saw it in the lookbook, and how the model was wearing it was terrible. I'll put a picture down on the screen. That was nasty work how that model was wearing. It looked like low rise, but flare jeans. But I recently saw in the Our Generation, shout out Our Generation, all the people at Our Generation, if any one of them is watching this, Imwell, shout out my boy Imwell. But I saw ASAP Bari in his interview with Our Generation was wearing some flared Balenciaga denims, and they were fire. The fit that he had was fire. It was so fire, and like I said, I love the wash in those jeans a lot. That the wash was super crazy, and it was just like it was like gray and black, and then on top of that, it was flared at the bottom, stacked over his shoes pretty well. So I really like those denims a lot. Of course, again, they're expensive out of their mind, paying that much money, but I feel like it's worth it because, like I said at the start, you won't really find denim like that for a cheaper alternative because no one's making clothes like that. So yeah, shout out to Balenciaga, and I don't cancel Jaden Hansey, but shout out to Balenciaga for real. But almost done here. That was my last pants / denim category, but now we're getting into the shoes, and then we're going to get into accessories. Now, when it comes to designer, not even designer, but just like more hot, the thing I hate the most about fashion, which is kind of like weird to say because most people don't hate this about fashion, but I do, just from my current situation financially. But I hate buying shoes because to find good shoes is so expensive, especially the size that I wear 11 and a half. So if I'm going to buy a shoe that's not like a Van or an Air Force or anything you get out of Foot Locker, it's going to cost like over like we're looking at between $300 to $1,000. And a lot of the shoes, like one thing about me, I have an individuality complex, so I can't just wear everything shoes that I see everybody else wearing. So I can't be wearing Dunks, I can't be wearing Rico and Ramones, I can't be wearing this, I can't be wearing that. So a lot of the shoes that are different are more expensive, which makes it tough to get. So it's like, now that's why my shoe collection is the worst part of my fashion. I think my best probably would be my shirts, like this shirt I have on right now, Iron Maiden, one of their album shirts. And then my second would be my pants. Then my third would be like my hoodies and jackets. And then fourth would be my shoes. But I'm trying to build that up in 2023. So we have a list of shoes here. Hopefully I could get at least one of these this year. But it's so tough having a big shoe size. Just being a man, really, because all of the men's shoe size be going quickly. But the first shoe on the list I have are the LV trainers. Now, this shoe is that's really a good shoe, bro. To me, LV trainers are really, really a good shoe. And of course they're expensive. Of course they're Louis Vuitton. And I don't like them because they're Louis Vuitton, but I like them because of how they look. They look like skating shoes, which is a super cool touch. And I've seen a lot of cool colorways in them. I don't even know what color I would pick if I had the choice, but I really like the LV training shoes a lot. Staying on the topic of training shoes, the next shoe I have is the Chanel trainers. Now, Chanel, I've mentioned this before on this podcast. I've been looking for Chanel trainers forever. Can never find any in my size and for a good price. But Chanel trainers, I really love Chanel. Chanel's one of my favorite brands. I really love Chanel a lot. I think that's pretty self-explanatory, but Chanel's super cool. Hopefully, people don't really wear it as much anymore, at least men. But I hope one day when I just start making the money how I want to, I could bring Chanel back and kind of make it kind of cool again for a lot of people to wear. Because a lot of people were wearing it in like 2018. And, you know what I'm saying, Uzi had that little stint where he was only wearing Chanel, Dior, stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. So hopefully can bring that back in the future. The third one I have, this is something ever since I started this podcast, I have said this as well. And I made a deal with myself. If I get straight A's this semester, because I just entered my second semester of my sophomore year at San Diego State in college. Shout out to me. I'm in college. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on top of doing this podcast. But if I get straight A's this semester, I told myself at the end of this, by the start of the summer, I'm buying these shoes. I don't care how much they cost. I'm buying them. But the Marni slippers, now this is kind of getting oversaturated too, because everybody and their mom have them, but you don't have them because you don't have no swag. So I'm going to cop the Marni slippers by the end of the summer. I mean, of course, I really don't want to cop the black ones, but I feel like if I'm buying a shoe for that much money, and being that I don't have the most money in the world, I feel like that's the best color for me to cop because I can wear it with more stuff, as opposed to if I cop a green one, even though the green ones are my favorite ones, but you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So you're gonna see Jaden Hansley in some Marni slides by the start of the summer, man. As long as I lock in and focus, you're gonna see me in some Marni slides. Fourthly, I want to talk about the Givenchy Winter Mallow Mules. Now, the first person I saw wearing these was Ian Connor. I was like, what shoes are those? They're like mules. I really like mules a lot, as you can tell why I like the Marni slides. I have some mules on right now, some Ugg slippers, some mule. Nah, these not even mules. They just slippers, but you get the gist of the point. You get what I'm saying, but The Winter Mallow Mules, I really like I like the design of them. I think they're cool, a cool design, but I also really like the color of them. The tan colorway, I feel like that's super unique. I'm not a big fan of the black one, but the tan one I'm a big fan of. So hopefully could cop that in the future. My next one are the CPFM, and this is something that's kind of been on my radar recently. But the CPF Cactus Plant Flea Market Grinch Dunks, that's what I call them. I don't know if that's a specific name for them, but those are a piece, like, they're super cool, they're super unique, and like I said, I don't even wear dunks like that, but I find that piece super unique and like outlandish. So it's like, if you see someone wearing that, you're gonna be attracted to their shoes, and I think you could put that in a fit really well. So the CPFM Grinch Dunks, hopefully can get that soon. They kind of going for a little bit, they kind of taxing a little bit of my size, but it's cool. We gonna have to get those one day. The Grinch Dunks, that's what I'm calling. I'm sure they not called that, but you know how it be. And then kind of sticking on the category of dunks, like I said, Jaden Hansey Talks doesn't wear dunks at all, but the next one are the Swarovski dunks. Now, I'm sure you've probably seen those before, but those are the dunks with the Swarovski crystals on them. Super cool piece, going for like 30 bands, so they're not cheap at all, but it's still a super, now I don't know about 30 bands, maybe like 10 bands, but still a super cool piece. Hopefully can get my hands on one of those one day in my size for not 10 bands, maybe like 5 or something, I don't know, but it's still a really good piece nonetheless. Next I have is Geo Baskets. Of course, like Geo, it kind of feels like weird to say I want some Rick shoes like Geo Baskets nowadays, because I've been wanting them forever, but it's like, you know how this culture is, like everything's kind of getting oversaturated when it comes to like Rick Owens and stuff like that. But Geo Baskets are still one of my shoes on my target list, and they're one of my shoes on my target list, but I only like one colorway of Geo Baskets, and the only Geo Baskets I like are the black and white ones. I don't really like the all white ones. I don't like the all black. I don't like the green ones are cool. The olive green ones and the olive green and white, those are cool, but I like the ones with the black base and then like the sole and stuff is white. Those are the best Geo Baskets in my opinion. But yeah, so shout out to Rick Owens again. I got to get those Geo Baskets soon. Two more. I have this, continue with Rick Owens. I have the Rick Owen Montclair boots, the snow boots. And Rick Owen Montclair I think it was a few years back, but they had a really good collab with those shoes. Like there's even the snow shoes that kind of look like Bigfoot shoes. Those are super fire in my opinion, but the specific shoes I'm talking about are kind of like, it's hard to the mega lace ones. They have mega laces, and I think those are super fire. Hopefully those are about like a band, 2 bands, so hopefully can touch those soon. Hopefully I can touch all of these soon, but basically, man, those are fire piece to me. I really like them a lot. So the Rick Owens Montclair mega lace boots. And then in the last category, I don't mean to be talking y'all head off, but I got a lot of stuff. And let me know if maybe in the summer y'all want a part 2, because obviously my style is going to change between that point in time. But a part 2, yeah, just let me know. But for the last category we're talking about is accessories. Now, accessories is low-key one of my favorite things to do about swag and swagging up. It's like it brings the outfit together. But the number one accessory, no matter what, and I told myself, man, either by the end of this year or the end of next year, if Hans is locked in, he's going to get this. I need to fly to New York, go to Bergdorf, and give me a Goyard backpack. Now, I've been wanting a Goyard for years. Anyone that knows me knows I love Goyard. I've been wanting one for years. Even though Goyard doesn't make phone cases forever, I had a Goyard phone case, like print phone case. I need a Goyard. I'm getting a Goyard at least by the end of 2024. But Goyard is the best leather, whatever you want to call it. They have the best backpacks, best purses. If I had a wife, I'm getting my wife a Goyard purse. Every time she want one, she getting a Goyard purse, no matter how much it costs. I need to get a Goyard wallet, Goyard backpack, purse. I even wear a Goyard purse. What else? Goyard suitcase, whatever it may be. I need a Goyard. It's imperative that I get one soon, because I've been having withdrawals without Goyard. But yes, hopefully I can get a Goyard soon. I really love Goyard. Like I said, I've been loving it since I've been in middle school. That's how much I wanted a Goyard. People who I saw wear Goyard a lot that inspired me were people like A$AP Rocky, Uzi, Cardi. They all have Goyards, and I'll be like, I don't like it just because they like it, but I really love the print, and it's kind of cool to me. So I really want a Goyard. Also, a Goyard belt too would be fire as well. But yes, Goyard. Next I have are Chanel earrings, specific Chanel accessories, but specifically earrings and maybe a chain. Not so much a chain, but the Chanel earrings. I really want to get some Chanel earrings. They're kind of self-explanatory. They're just cool thing to look at. Like I said, I love Chanel. Love their jewelry. Oh no, I'm lying. I would love to get a Chanel pearl necklace. The pearl I don't really like wearing pearls anymore, but Chanel pearls, you gotta wear the Chanel pearls. They're fire. But yeah, so Chanel, their accessories are super fire. Gotta get my hands on some of those soon. And then and the last one I have, the last Grail, and this is not even clothes really, this is just jewelry, but the last Grail that I have is I want to get a diamond. I'm not really a big fan of diamonds like that, because I feel like how people, like your favorite rapper wears diamonds, I'm not a big fan of. But me, if I had just buku cheese to spend on jewelry, I would never spend on jewelry. I would spend it on actual pieces. But the only jewelry I would have if I was rich, I would have a bunch of diamond bracelets, like hearts on them, whatever, just cool designs of diamond bracelets. And I would have tennis chains. I would wear like 2 or 3 tennis chains. No, I would wear like 2 tennis chains a day, and maybe sometimes not wear any. But I really like tennis chains, and I like diamond bracelets. Not a big fan of watches, not a big fan of big old pendants, not a big fan of any of that, but tennis chains and diamond bracelets, hopefully could cop that in the future. And yeah, let me know down below, what was your favorite Grail that I mentioned. I know I threw a lot of Grails at you, but hopefully I can kind of take you guys into my world of clothes that I'm interested in, because that's something I look at clothes all the time, and sometimes it'd be depressing because I'm like, dang, I just wish I could buy this right now. But it's no, I'm at the point in my life where I'm stacking. You're gonna watch this video 5 years from now, and I'm gonna have all of these pieces. I'm gonna be in the podcast wearing my Go Yard backpack with my Balenciaga jacket, my Balenciaga denims, and my Marni slippers, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? But like I like to do at all my videos, man, I just want to leave off with some inspiration. And I guess since we've been talking about fashion, I want to leave off with some fashion inspiration. So basically, I would say to anyone that's watching this, I would say, man, don't let other people kind of like tell you what's cool. Like, whatever you like is what you like, and in your world, it should be cool to you. Like, for example, if a lot of people are wearing Rick Owens, and you may personally not like Rick Owens, don't force yourself to like Rick Owens just because everyone else is liking Rick Owens and that's what they think is popular and what they think is fly. With fashion, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and if a million people hate on you for what you wear but you like it, that's all you need. The only person you need to like your outfit is you. So I would just say, man, make sure you're being yourself, doing research about the stuff that you like as well. But just make sure what you like is genuine and unique to you, not just because a rapper or someone or your friends or someone you see on TV is wearing it. Wear it because you actually like it and it aligns with your personality. So that's all I have to say for motivational wise. This is the end of the video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that you guys already subscribed. If you watch this far in the video, I hope you subscribe, and I hope you commented down below your biggest Grail. And yes, that's really all I have for this video. This is Jaden Hensey Talks. I also want to say, by the time this video is posted, I will be having my first stream that week of. So this video is getting posted on Monday. This Friday, I'm doing my first stream. So if you made this far in the video and you're watching this public service announcement, please pull up to Jaden Hensey streams. I think I'll be streaming at around 8 or 9. So stay posted on my Instagram at Hensey. But I'm having my first stream. I'm excited. I'm super excited to do it, and I can't wait. It's gonna be a lot of fun stuff. I plan on streaming at least once or twice every week this year. So stay tuned for that. If you like content like this, like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, share with 18 of your friends. You know, Jaden Hensey Talks, we not missing one Monday this year, no bap. So I love y'all. Thank y'all for making my dreams come true. This has been Jaden Hensey Talks. We gonna see you slat.